Hello friends, welcome to Crime Chronicles US, where America's unsolved mysteries, vanished criminals, and chilling cases come alive. Every story is real, every detail matters, and the truth remains buried in the shadows. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay updated with every mystery. Night settles over Sydney like a slow breath being held. The harbor is dark glass. Neon trembles at the edges of vision. Somewhere between laughter and machinery, Luna Park hums, a living thing pretending to be joy. The face at the entrance grins wide and frozen, teeth glowing, eyes hollow, inviting everyone in, promising that nothing bad ever happens here. The ghost train waits inside, patient, ordinary, unremarkable. Wood and wire, paint peeling in places no one looks. The smell of oil, old timber, dust, warmed by bulbs that have been burning too long. It creaks softly, as if remembering all the screams it has already swallowed. Not screams of fear, just laughter. The harmless kind, the kind people forget the moment it ends. It's June 9th, 1979. Winter air. Jackets zipped. Couples pressed close. Families moving in loose clusters. Kids vibrating with energy, tugging at hands, begging for one more ride, one more thrill before going home. Time feels thick, syrupy, unhurried. No one is rushing. No one senses anything wrong. Inside the park, operators go through routines learned by muscle memory. Switches flipped, tickets torn. A nod here, a glance there. The ghost train cars roll out one by one, clacking into the dark mouth of the ride, disappearing behind painted teeth and cartoon horrors. The screams start, right on cue. Laughter follows. It's all working exactly as it should. Four boys move toward the line together. They are young, but not children. Old enough to walk alone. Old enough to feel brave. Old enough to think danger is something that happens somewhere else. They joke. They shove each other lightly. One of them looks back toward the lights of the park, as if checking whether someone is watching, as if it matters. They climb into the car. The safety bar drops. The operator barely looks at their faces. Just four more silhouettes. Just another ride. The car jerks forward, slow at first, then steady, pulled into darkness by a chain that has done this job thousands of times before. Inside the ghost train, the air changes, cooler, closer. The walls feel nearer than they should. Painted figures leap out when they're supposed to. Skeletons grin. A sudden flash of light. A recorded scream. The boys shout and laugh, their voices echoing oddly, bouncing off wood and fabric and wire. Somewhere deeper inside, unseen and unnoticed, something waits. A weakness. A failure. A moment that has been building not for minutes or hours, but for years. Wires rub where they shouldn't. Kimber dries and cracks. Small problems stack quietly, politely, until they become something else entirely. The car moves forward. Outside, the park keeps breathing. Music drifts across the midway. The Ferris wheel turns, slow and graceful. A vendor calls out. Someone drops a coin. A child cries, then stops. Everything feels normal enough to trust. Inside the ride, the lights flicker, just a stutter, barely noticeable. The boys don't care. They're too busy yelling at a fake monster lunging from the side. The car rattles along the track, deeper now, farther from the entrance, farther from help, though no one is thinking about help. Why would they? Then comes the smell. At first, it's nothing. A hint of something sharp, something wrong. It mixes with oil and dust, easy to ignore. The car keeps moving. The darkness feels thicker. The painted walls close in. The smell grows stronger, threading itself into breath. One of the boys says something. A joke, maybe, or a question. It's hard to tell. His voice sounds different now, shorter, less sure. The lights flicker again. This time, they don't fully come back. The track bends. The car slows slightly, as it always does here. The chain clanks. Somewhere ahead, something crackles. A sound like paper being crushed, then torn. Fire doesn't explode the way movies promise. It creeps. It tests. It finds what's dry and old and willing. A spark touches timber that has been waiting for decades. The timber answers. Flame blooms low and fast, licking along the underside of the ride, racing through dust and debris no one ever cleaned because no one ever saw it. Smoke curls upward, thick and black, hungry for air. The boys cough. Laughter dies. One of them tries to stand, but the bar is still down. The car shudders to a stop. Not dramatically, just enough to notice. Just enough to be wrong. They shout now. Not playful, not joking. Real voices, cracking, echoing uselessly into walls that don't care. Smoke fills the space, swallowing light, swallowing breath. Eyes sting. Lungs burn. The darkness presses in, heavy and alive. Outside, nothing changes. The operator watches another car roll out. A couple steps forward, smiling. Tickets are taken. The grin at the park's entrance never moves. Inside the ghost train, the fire grows bolder. Heat builds, paint bubbles, fabric shrivels. The track groans. Smoke pours through narrow passages, faster than anyone can crawl, faster than fear can organize itself into action. Someone inside the ride pounds on wood. Another screams for help, the word tearing at the throat. The sound doesn't travel far. It gets lost in insulation, in music, in the thick skin of the building itself. Minutes stretch, or maybe seconds do. Time loses meaning when every breath hurts. The car behind the boys' car stops too. More voices join the panic. Confusion spreads like the smoke, disorienting, blinding, absolute. A worker somewhere smells something burning. He frowns. He hesitates. Fires aren't supposed to happen here. This place is fun. This place is safe. He takes a step, then another, toward the ride's entrance. The smoke pushes out into areas it was never meant to reach. It slips through gaps, curls along the ceiling, whispers its warning, too late. Someone shouts. Someone else runs. A switch is flipped. The ride stops completely. But stopping doesn't help what's already burning. Inside, the heat becomes unbearable. The boys scream again. One of them sobs. Another kicks at the side of the car, desperate, useless. The safety bar won't budge. It was built to keep people safe, and it does its job perfectly. Flames tear through wooden supports, racing upward now, greedy and loud. The roar is sudden, shocking, alive. The fire finds oxygen and takes it all. Outside, people finally see smoke pouring from the building. The mood snaps, like a spell broken too violently. Laughter turns to shouting. Parents grab children. Workers run without knowing where to go. Someone calls the fire department. Inside the ghost train, visibility is gone. It's all heat and noise and terror. The boys are trapped in a world that has shrunk to pain and breath and instinct. The walls glow. The ceiling crackles. Something collapses nearby with a sound like thunder. The park's music keeps playing for a few more seconds, cheerful and wrong, before someone cuts it off. Fire engines scream through the streets toward Luna Park, red lights slicing the night. Sirens wail, urgent, panicked. Smoke billows into the sky, a dark column rising above the grinning face at the entrance. Firefighters arrive to chaos. People pointing, people crying, workers shouting directions that don't make sense. The ghost train is fully involved now, flames punching through the roof, heat rolling outward in waves. Hoses are dragged, water hits fire and explodes into steam. The structure groans, weakened by years of neglect and seconds of flame. Firefighters fight their way inside, pushing through smoke so thick it feels solid. They find wreckage, twisted track, burned cars, silence where there should be screams. The search begins. What they find inside the ghost train will change everything. But for now, the fire still burns, and the night watches, and the truth remains hidden in smoke and ash, waiting for daylight, waiting to be uncovered. Dawn comes slowly, cautiously, like it's afraid of what it might reveal. Smoke still hangs in the air, thinning but stubborn, clinging to the ruins of the ghost train as firefighters move through the wreckage again and again. Water pools on the ground, reflecting twisted beams and blackened timber. The park is silent now. No music, no laughter, just the soft hiss of steam and the scrape of boots on wet ash. They find the first body where the track bends inward. The car fused to the rails by heat so intense it reshaped metal. Then another, then another. 4 boys who climbed in together are no longer distinguishable by clothes or posture, only by where they were trapped when the fire took everything else. Firefighters pause, helmets bowed, hands resting on knees. Some of them turn away, some don't. Word spreads beyond the park, beyond the city. Radios crackle, televisions flicker to life. The phrase Luna Park takes on a new weight, sinking into stomachs across the country. Parents listen with their hands clenched tight. Kids sit quieter than usual, sensing something wrong, even if they don't understand it yet. Investigators arrive while the ashes are still warm. They walk slowly, deliberately, as if speed itself might be disrespectful. Cameras flash, notes are taken. Every burned plank becomes a question. Every melted wire becomes an accusation. The ghost train, once dismissed as a cheap thrill, now demands to be understood. Stories begin to surface. Workers talk about faulty wiring that was never replaced, about complaints that went unanswered, about safety inspections that happened on paper more than in reality, about how the ride was old, how everyone knew it, how everyone assumed it would hold together just a little longer. Parents of the boys arrive at the gates. The grinning face at the entrance still stands, grotesque in daylight, chipped and staring. Police try to shield them from the worst of it, but grief doesn't listen to instructions. Mothers scream. Fathers go quiet in a way that scares people more. Names are spoken aloud again and again, as if repetition might undo what happened. The park closes. Then it stays closed. Luna Park becomes a wound the city doesn't know how to dress. Flowers pile up at the entrance. Teddy bears soak through with rain. Candles melt into waxy puddles, relit by strangers who never met the boys, but feel like they should have. An inquest begins. It stretches on, slow and heavy. Witnesses testify. Experts argue. Blame shifts shape, slipping through fingers. Electrical faults are cited. Maintenance failures are acknowledged. Responsibility is discussed carefully, cautiously, as if too much honesty might cause another collapse. No one goes to jail. The families sit through every session, learn details they never wanted to know. How fast the fire spread, how little time there was, how the safety bar did exactly what it was designed to do, how survival might have been possible if just one small thing had been different. Luna Park eventually reopens, but it is never the same. The ghost train is gone, dismantled down to the last scorched bolt. New rides appear, fresh paint, new lights. The grin at the entrance is restored, brighter than before. But some people swear its eyes look sadder now. Or maybe that's just projection, memory bleeding into plaster. Years pass. Kids who weren't born in 1979 ride the Ferris wheel without knowing why some adults refuse to go inside. Tourists take photos. Couples hold hands. The harbor keeps shining. Life insists on continuing. But some nights, when the wind comes in just right, people say they smell smoke where there shouldn't be any. Workers report hearing banging sounds after closing time, deep inside where the ghost train used to be. A rhythm, 4 sharp knocks, then silence. Skeptics laugh it off. Old buildings make noise, memories play tricks, but others aren't so sure. They talk about shadows that don't line up with the lights. About cold spots that don't move. About the feeling that something unfinished still lingers beneath the park, patient and quiet. The parents never stop remembering. Birthdays pass like bruises. Anniversaries arrive heavy and unwelcome. They speak their sons' names so the world won't forget them, so the fire doesn't get the last word. The story of the Luna Park ghost train fire settles into history, filed away, summarized, softened by time. But underneath the official explanations and careful language, something darker remains. A reminder that joy can rot from the inside, that neglect can masquerade as normalcy, that danger doesn't always announce itself with sirens and alarms. Sometimes it smiles, sometimes it invites you in, sometimes it waits until you're deep inside the dark, laughing, trusting, certain you'll come back out. And when the lights flicker, and the air changes, and the smell creeps in too late, the past reaches forward, just enough to remind the present that it is never as safe as it wants to believe. The ghost train is gone, but the silence it left behind still rides the rails. So friends, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Crime Chronicles US for more chilling, unsolved mysteries from across America. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next story. Period.